this is all my MREs that I've been eating them primarily. That's all I've been eating since we left the house. Good morning. I just spent our first night away from the house. So we came to a local campground here that I reserved for us so that we had somewhere to go. So yesterday I had the truck in the service shop and I got some new front heavy duty gas shocks put in. Struts, shocks, I'm not sure what they are. Excuse me, Lefty. Excuse me. Because it was hip hopping, like when I would go over bumps, especially the right front, it would kind of go like when I went over a bump, a sharp bump. So it definitely rides way better. So I dropped off the truck yesterday, and they had it basically all day, and so it was getting late, and I gave him a call. He called me back and said, "Hey, we're really struggling here." Turns out the mechanic, his name is Dylan, I know him, he cut his hand down to the bones and had to get taken to the hospital while he was working on my truck. So he had finished the right side, and he was working on the left side, the driver's side, when this happened. So the truck is sitting there unfinished. And so and this is at 5 p.m. So I knew what he was going to say. He goes, "Yeah, if I could, any way I could keep it overnight, I'll get it done first thing in the morning." And I said, the only problem with that is that's my house. I sleep in there. He said, "Oh, geez." I said, "Is there any way you can button it up?" He goes, "Let me give you a call right back." So I'm like, okay. So about 5 minutes later, he called me back. He said, "Yeah, I got 2 guys that are going to knock it out. Be here in 30 minutes, and we'll have it for you." So, okay. So I went there. Truck was done. They just pulled it out. He goes, "Hey, when you said that, I went and took a peek inside the thing." He goes, "That looks great in there." So I think I've talked with this guy before. You know, I know a lot of the guys that work up there because of my buddy Tim that works at the Lincoln shop. They're right next door to each other. Same company, same dealership. This is the Ford shop that I was at. And so we were talking, and I said, "Yeah, I spent a lot of time getting it fixed up, and now I got mechanical issues that I want to get straightened out." So I said, "Did he do anything with the wheels, the tires? Because I wanted them all checked out." He goes, "I don't know." And I can kind of tell by looking at it, I don't think he did anything with it. And so I paid him for the struts. I still need the inspection done because I got to put the horn in. And so I've got the horn, and I'm going to work on that right now, see if I can't wire that in real quick. He said to just bring the truck back today, and they'll do the inspection. So I'm going to get the horn working, give him a call, make sure it's okay to bring it over there. I got to get it inspected, and I got to get these tires checked out. I need them all aired up, 65 in the front, 85 in the back, and make sure they're not leaking, that they all hold air, and then I'll feel way better. Because right now, I can tell by looking at them that they're soft, and I need them to be fully pressurized because I want to see how this thing really drives down the road when they're fully pressurized. So we're gonna take a look and see if we can't get this horn wired up. I slept really good last night. It was a long day, tough day, and long couple of days. I slept good. I'm just taking a look at this area up here. Yeah, it's not the greatest paint job, but it is what it is. Okay, I'll check in with you all later on in the day. Bye. Hi everybody. So this is well, we've been 3 days since we left the house. So I've set up in this local campground here until we can get the bike carrier put on the back of the truck, which is scheduled for tomorrow. So I'm going to the fabricator, local guy, and we're going to see what we can do. Either we're going to put a trailer hitch so this flips up, which would give access to a trailer hitch, which then I could put the bike carrier on and then put the bike on that. Or see if we can build something off of this step bumper to carry the bike. So that's tomorrow morning, locally here, actually just about 5 miles from where we're at. So we've had a few good days here. We've got electrical, and there's a bathroom and showers up here. It's just a pretty standard small campground. Everything has been functioning very well. I've had no issues with the electrical systems. I added a battery temperature sensor. I ordered that. The inverter, the Ames power inverter, that was an option. I should have ordered it. I didn't understand the importance of it, so I just jumped on Amazon, and this is the Ames power battery temperature sensor. Plugs in. It's like a telephone cord jack, kind of little spring loaded. So I've just taped it here with some Tessa tape to the side of the middle battery. I did a bunch of research, well, as much as I can with spotty internet, and what I saw mentioned several times was to put it kind of center mass, so in the middle of the battery bank. Like this middle battery, from what I understand, would be the warmest because it doesn't have exposed sides like the other two. So I've attached it here, and until I find out differently, or until I find out other information, I'm going to leave it here. So the inverter, like right now, it is in float charge. So this LED right here designates it's in float. Everything has worked just like it's supposed to. You can see this indicator is telling me that the battery charger is running and shore power is on, because we are plugged into shore power. And so I've been able to watch some TV inside until we fall asleep. I put the TV timer on so it goes off after a couple of hours. I ran out yesterday and got this just inexpensive little carpet to put outside the door, which helped tremendously, because now I'm kicking my flip-flops off outside on the carpet and stepping in. We're in a site here that's got a lot of pine needles, and they tend to track up inside the truck. So when we first came here, we were in a different site, but it had been reserved for the weekend, so we had to move, which was fine. And then we're here in this site again tonight. I'm going to jump on their site, their reservation system, and book 2 more nights, Monday night, Tuesday night, because after we're done with the fabricator tomorrow, I have a feeling that's going to take all day. So then it'd be good to come back here and unwind. And then Tuesday, I need to head to Verizon and get my hotspot activated and get my cell phone, my phone account changed. I'm on like the Super Cadillac plan, which is super expensive. My daughter has already switched over to Sprint, and so that reduces, so I'm only a single line. I don't need monstrous features, so I want to talk to them. I want to add a hotspot, and I want to change my phone plan so that I'm not paying $300 a month. I only want to pay for the two of them. I'd like to be at $120 maximum, which I should be able to do if I go like with a prepaid kind of thing. I've already scratched my paint. Yeah, I know when this happened. I backed into a tree yesterday, so that's my fault. Wow, I don't know. Well, that's unfortunate, but it's gonna happen, I guess. Okay, well, just wanted to check in. We're trying to, start getting into. Whoa. Keeps knocking over his water bowl. So, trying to just get into some patterns of, what we're doing here, and been sleeping great in here. Kind of click the fan on, and we're pretty stuffed full right now. So this is all my MREs that I've been eating them primarily. That's all I've been eating since we left the house. I haven't gotten any, outside meals, or I bought those several months ago thinking that they would come in handy, and sure enough they have. I'm actually having a lot of fun preparing them and figuring out what to mix with what and get some really good tastes going. I did put some ice in the cooler and some Gatorade, so the cooler in here is working really well, and everything is functioning. I did just order a WeBoost signal booster, the RV kind of version. It's actually supposed to, I ordered it yesterday, Amazon. It's supposed to deliver today, so single day. So I'm having it delivered to my my parents' address, which is locally here. They're letting me use their address for now for shipping and mail and things like that. So I've got to swing over there today and pick up the motorcycle carrier that's in their garage in a box. So that's gonna need to pick that up so that I have it with me in the morning when I go over to the fabricator shop, and see if maybe I'll drive over there later in the day, see if my WeBoost shows up. If that shows up, from what I understand, I can plug that thing in and in 10 minutes be up and running with a better signal. So there is signal here, it's just up in these trees. It's not good. I can't really get it up in these trees. I have to walk out into the fields and I can get it there. So far so good. Everything's working so far. Just still trying to button up these last few things. Got the truck inspected, got all the tires pressurized, and it drives like a totally different vehicle. The steering wheel is now straight when I go down the road. It's obviously these tires were all badly underinflated all over. So the truck sits differently, it rides differently, it steers differently. I got the new shocks put on the front, so it's much, much better. I'm just going to keep doing repairs like that to make sure that it's solid. I do want to still get it in and have the engine looked over to make sure like the belt is in good shape, and because that serpentine belt, I don't want that to let go. I saw a video of, it was Jamie, Enigmatic Nomadics, his 7.3, and the belt let go on him, and he had to kind of creep into town or creep locally without a belt, you know, so no cooling and no alternator and all that. So you know, I just don't know the condition of this truck. I don't know how well it was maintained before it was decommissioned. The guy who had it before me, I don't think he did a lot to it at all. So I'm really looking for how was it being maintained at the, I believe it was a firehouse that had it last. So I'd like to get that all checked out before we hit the road and put some miles on it. Yeah. All right, I'll check in with you all again. Okay? All right.